It's 7:45. Now, the long-running inquiry into the contaminated blood scandal of the 1970s and 80s will publish its interim report on compensation for those impacted later this morning. It's thought tens of thousands of people, including hundreds from Wales, were infected with HIV and hepatitis over 2 decades after being given a contaminated drug or blood transfusion. Well, more than 1,800 people have died as a result. In October last year, compensation payments of £100,000 started to be rolled out to victims and partners of those who had lost their lives. Elaine Huxley from Bridgend contracted hepatitis C after a transfusion in the old Bridgend General Hospital back in 1976. Good morning, Elaine.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Can you just remind us what happened to you, how you contracted hepatitis C?
I had a major operation at age 28 and hemorrhaged after the operation, needed 8 pints of blood. And unfortunately, at least one of them was contaminated with dirty blood. Yeah.
And how quickly did you find out after the operation, Elaine? When were you told?
I didn't find out until I was in my 30s, when I was a blood donor for 6 years. And whilst giving blood, I was told I was not allowed to give blood anymore. I had to go to my own GP. So I went to the GP and was informed then that I had hepatitis C.
And I can't imagine the shock. What was your reaction?
Well, at the time, not much was known about hepatitis C, so I just left the surgery and got on with my life. And then I joined the blood inquiry group, who've been absolutely amazing, and found out how serious this condition is.
And found out that you weren't alone in terms of how you got it.
No, thousands. Tragic cases, terrible. Really, really bad. I went to London to the inquiry and I came home and I was so depressed. Couldn't stop crying all the week because thinking of other people, what they've gone through, besides myself. And then I asked the consultant if I could, it came on Panama then, but the treatment. So I asked if I could have a treatment and I had the treatment and was cured. But the treatment in itself was awful. Lost all my teeth, my hair. Yeah, terrible.
So difficult what you've been through. And you've been given evidence to the inquiry now for some time. But what has that been like, Elaine, giving the evidence and going through all of this?
In the beginning, it was very stressful because I'm a poor participant and I had to, give my evidence in front of everybody, and that was really stressful. I came home again and couldn't sleep. It was on my brain all the time. And it's very, very tragic. People don't know half of what's happened to other people besides myself. What
was it like hearing other people's stories as well?
Awful. Really, really bad. I got a friend, Annette. She was pregnant, had her baby, didn't know she had hepatitis C. She breastfed her baby and unknowingly passed hepatitis C onto her baby, who died at age 24, leaving behind a 3-year-old little boy from hepatitis C. And Annette always feels guilty to this day. She murdered her own child.
It is heartbreaking to digest what you've all been through. I mean, what are you hoping now, Elaine, to hear from this report later?
I'm hoping it'll just be closure now. It won't carry on anymore. I've got cancer now, and I'm not going to be here, much longer. And I just like to see the end of it and see what's the outcome of it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that, and clearly you've had a really, really tough time. In terms of what has been offered to you, I mean, you have received some compensation payments. I mean, would you like there, Elaine, to be a commitment to more?
The compensation doesn't come into it, really. What comes into it now for me is having all the support. They've been absolutely amazing. Sir Brian Langstaff, all the inquiry team, couldn't do enough for us all. They've really, really looked after us. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd imagine, just hearing the other people that have been through what you've been through, you've become really, really tight together, enormous support for each other.
Yeah, we call us family now, blood family.
Oh, listen, it's lovely to talk to you, and I'm so sorry to hear, the enormously tough time that you've been having. But this report out later today, and of course we will be covering what is said in it. Elaine, thank you very much for taking the time to stop and talk to us this morning. Elaine Huxley from Bridgend there, who contracted hepatitis C when she was 28 back in 1976. Very difficult time and difficult day for her and many of the other people involved in this today. Of course, we'll bring you reaction to that here on Radio Wales, and much more in Drive this afternoon from 5 o'clock.